What non-sexual thing feels very sexual? When I get a deep tissue massage and they work a very problematic knot in my shoulder. My eyes roll back and I try not to cry out. It hurts so bad but feels so good. Tying someone else's tie for them. Stretching as soon as you wake up. That leg shake stretch. Prolonged, intense eye contact. When someone gives you a hand to help you up from a boat to the dock. Someone other than you removing your glasses from your face. Making eye contact with someone at the grocery store around your same age. Hugging from behind. I went to a physiotherapist for pain in my jaw and one of the treatments was a jaw massage. Both outside and inside my cheeks. This was over summer, when it was extremely hot. Even inside. One day the therapist decided to try out some royalty-free, chill medley from YouTube because it was pretty silent otherwise. I was the last person there that day and he asked me, how do you feel about the music? And I was like, it's maybe a bit much. I didn't dare to tell him that it sounded more like something you'd hear in porn than something relaxing. When anyone raises their arms to stretch and their shirt gets lifted up slightly. It sometimes feels like an unintentional striptease. I get goosebumps when someone gently and respectfully handles something of mine. It could be almost anything. A very good and tight hug. Eye contact. Certain phrases are very sexually charged. Make me. Or, what are you gonna do about it? Physical therapy for a busted leg felt weird at times. Having your back scratched. When a girl puts her hand up to yours and remarks on how yours is so much bigger. Touching someone's hand by accident in public. When someone is putting the car in reverse and they put their hand on the back of your seat. Cracking all your backbones in one twist and feel your back getting lighter. If you're on a PC, laptop. Somebody leaning over your shoulder to look at the screen with you. The close proximity of your faces can feel awkwardly sexual. When you're standing somewhere crowded, and someone is trying to pass by you, and you accidentally touch. Jumping in a warm shower when you're freezing cold. It's so utterly pleasurable and consuming. Much in the way an orgasm is. Yet there's nothing sexual about it. Having someone else play with your hair. Someone breathing down your neck in close quarters. When you're sitting next to someone and your shoulders thighs touch. Someone riding on your arm. The guy's strapping you in on a roller coaster. Are we gonna kiss? Why are you giving me that eye contact? Having your hair washed. When something funny happens in a crowd and you make eye contact with a stranger and do that smirk thing. Might as well start taking your pants off when that happens. A really good stretch. There's a frozen custard shop in my town that says, "Welcome to Jay's Creamery. How can I make you smile?" Whenever you go through the drive-thru. I giggle every time I roll through. Whispering in general makes me uncomfortable sometimes. For me it's whenever someone touches my neck in any way. I don't know why but it's just so sensitive. When my girlfriend touches it when we kiss it's like I could just have her do that all day. I just realized how many weird kinks you could make out of this comment section. Everything is sexual and you can't prove otherwise. Rolling up sleeves. Especially on a button down. My boss rolled up his sleeves when we were having a one-on-one meeting last week. And I very much lost my focus for a minute. A hot shower when you're covered in grime and sweat. Being on a plane with someone roughly the same age as you. Sexual tension to the max. Rubbing your eyes the way eye doctors tell you not to. But when they are itchy as hell. Nothing feels better. New Zealanders saying six and deck. When you're sitting next to someone and they lean over and reach across you to grab something. Thigh touching. Holding your phone while someone plugs the charger in. When a woman does that thing where she tucks her hair behind her ear while making direct eye contact. Dancing. Although that can cross into sexual behavior pretty quick. When you have a joint or something pop and release all that build-up pressure. Fucking orgasmic. Okay, so my cat is really weird. He likes to be pet. A lot. And he likes it rough. It's very weird and low-key makes me uncomfortable. When you have a melting popsicle. There often comes a time where you must choose between eating it too quickly. Or sucking it off so it doesn't drip on you. There's a certain chain of shoe store I refuse to buy from for this reason. You go in to buy sneakers and you can't just grab some off the shelf and start trying them on. They make you sit while one of their all-female staff sits on the floor at your feet, measures you, and slips each sneaker on and off your foot for you. Creeps me the fuck out. Browsing apparently. Unwrapping a cupcake. It's like taking off the pastry's pants. That little shiver you get during a long pee. Me and my girlfriend would use the term carhill when we were younger. I don't know if this happens for guys. But why know when you're in a car and you suddenly go down a hill? And it feels all weird like under your stomach? This thread is exactly half uncomfortably intimate things and half things you do that just feel very good. The inherent eroticism of the sea. Licking a lollipop. I love a good back scratch. Clothing that buttons zips the opposite way. I'm not getting off on it. It just feels odd and like some sort of forbidden knowledge. Sexual but not sexy, if that makes sense. I like vintage stuff. And there are some cool shirts from the 80s and 90s that aren't fitted, but they still button in different directions. So I'll put on a shirt and try to button it and it feels like I'm in some forbidden mirror world. Edit. Yes guys, I know it's a gender thing. I have done drag. Wearing a dress and full face to a club is different from wearing a cool vintage shirt to work that buttons the less usual way. If you have ever played in a band, that feeling when everyone in the group is just on, and the music is great and you know it. Having an eye exam when your head's in the harness thing and they're staring straight in your eyes from like 3 inches away. Scalp massage for the win. Top tier would be touching my inner arms. I am straight as hell, but my body knows no gender to this action. Moreover, footsie under the table or an armrest over the chair I am sitting on in a crowded setting. Being held by the waist. Good God. I am such a sucker for physical contact in general. When you have poison ivy oak and run really hot water over it to stop the itching. It's like scratching an itch x 1000. Closest feeling to an orgasm I've ever felt. Someone tying your shoes for you. Cuddling. Doesn't have to be sexual by any means. But it surely feels so. Getting a haircut and the lady cutting your hair is constantly pressing and resting her boobs on you. There's been a couple times where instead of her just walking around the chair she's opted to just lean into me. So I was basically motorboating her. Chillin' in a hot tub with your bro less than 5 feet apart. Knees touching when you're sitting super close to someone. Peeling the plastic cover off a new appliance, electronic. You always wanna do it slower. Watching someone practice music. That look of concentration and very controlled movements. Very intimate. Peeing after you've been holding it in for a while. A nice oiled back massage. Taking your bra off after a long day. When you have water stuck in your ear and it finally pops, allowing you to hear properly again. Cleaning your ear with a Q-tip. I know you're not supposed to do it. It's risky for your ear health. But damn, it's a good feeling. When someone's putting sun cream on your back. Having someone use your keyboard standing up while you're sitting in front of it. Only because I recently tried this. Rubbing hand sanitizer all over a freshly shaved head. I'm handling quarantine super well, by the way. A sneeze. For me, the nanosecond before I actually sneeze is the exact same feeling I get right before I have an orgasm. Pass the pepper. Having someone whisper in your ear. If you ask the assistant librarian when I was in the 4th grade, hand holding. Bitch screamed at me and my friend for holding hands while watching a movie. You would have thought we were fucking on the ABC rug. Getting stuck under the bed or in the washing machine. Having someone close a clasp or button at the nape of your neck. Looking at someone's mouth while they are talking to you. Putting your head in someone's lap. Helping someone put on a necklace. Premarital hand holding. Sitting on a overloaded washing machine during the spin cycle. Tickling. Having a really deep conversation with someone who you genuinely connect with. When your partner puts their hand on your back in public. When someone gently touches your side hip when passing behind you. Getting an unexpected direct deposit. Getting a strong whiff of somebody's perfume they lean over you. Hugging. This is super weird and I don't know how to explain it yet. But I love hearing my boyfriend fumble with his car house keys. Some classical conditioning occurred, but why it's a turn on when he does it. This might not be entirely sexual. But when a girl rests her head on my shoulder, sometimes, it's all good. Sometimes, it confuses me. When she's stretching her arms, right after waking up. The way Chick-fil-A tells me, my pleasure, after they give me my food. Touching someone, for me specifically, the physical touch is somewhat sexual in a sense. Like, touching an arm, or hand holding, or something like that. Two straight friends touching dongs. Taking a giant dump in the morning. That moment when it's all over and you have that release is incredibly satisfying.